International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples, 9th August. Kindly note that this is an awareness video only. Viewers are advised to verify the contents before using this information anywhere else. The United Nations observes 9th August as International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples in order to raise awareness of the needs of these population groups. There are an estimated 370 million indigenous peoples in the world living across 90 countries. They make up less than 5% of the world's population but account for 15% of the poorest. They speak an overwhelming majority of the world's estimated 7,000 languages and represent 5,000 different cultures. Indigenous peoples are inheritors and practitioners of unique cultures and ways of relating to people and the environment. They have retained social, cultural, economic, and political characteristics that are distinct from those of the dominant societies in which they live. Indigenous peoples, also known in some regions as First Peoples, First Nations, Aboriginal peoples, or Native peoples, or autochthonous peoples, or ethnic groups who are the original or earliest known inhabitants of an area, in contrast to groups that have settled, occupied, or colonized the area more recently. Indigenous is derived from the Latin word indigena. Indu means in and genus means to be born from. Some of the prominent indigenous peoples in different regions are Guanches from Canary Islands in Europe. Africa has many indigenous groups. Native Americans, Amerindians, American Indians from Americas, Urarina and Matses from Amazonian societies, Mapuches, Aymaras, Rapa Nui, Polynesian people from Chile, First Nations, Inuit, Métis, Eskimos from Canada, Yazidis from Iraq, various scheduled tribes such as Shina, Kalasha, Kovar, Burusho, Balti, Waki, Domaki, Nuristani, Kohistani, Bakarwal, Minas, Ladakhi, Lepcha, Bhutia, Naga, Mizo, Tripuri, Adi, Niyushi, Kodava, Toda, Kurumba, Koda, Urulas and others from India, Ainu from Japan, Aborigines from Australia, Polynesian, Melanesian and Micronesian from Pacific Islands. The large majority of the languages in danger are spoken by indigenous peoples. It is estimated that every 2 weeks an indigenous language disappears, placing at risk the respective indigenous cultures and knowledge systems. Indigenous cultures possess a wealth of knowledge such as the preservation of the environment and biodiversity. Indigenous peoples have implemented self-governed, culturally appropriate development models or life plans which ensure the protection and sustainable management of their lands, territories and resources. Worldwide, they face a number of considerable challenges, including growing migration, educational disadvantage, pressure to culturally assimilate, enforced relocation, gender-based violence and other forms of discrimination, poverty, as well as limited access to health services, employment, information services and broadband connectivity. Indigenous peoples have sought recognition of their identities, their way of life, and their right to traditional lands, territories, and natural resources for years, yet throughout history, their rights have always been violated. Indigenous peoples today are arguably among the most disadvantaged and vulnerable groups of people in the world. To protect these groups, their lands, cultures, and livelihoods, governments must develop urgently needed laws, effectively consult indigenous peoples to obtain their free, prior, and informed consent for decisions that affect them, maintain their distinct cultural identities, Ensure they live free from discrimination and the threat of genocide. Ensure they have secure access to the lands and resources essential to their well-being and ways of life. Ensure reconciliation between indigenous peoples and states, recognizing for past injustices, justice for victims, and the healing of relationships. Ensure that the past is not repeated. If you like this information and want to view more such useful videos, kindly subscribe to my channel.